It's super nice to meet you. My name is Albert, and I am heading the career services at Antwerp Management School. And I usually wear two hats. One hat is to support all the talent, especially the master students that we have at Antwerp Management School, to develop their self-career management and career development to succeed in the job market for life. And that is one of my favorite parts of my job, and it's amazing. And then the second part, I engage with hundreds of HR directors, which then happen to be our clients, to interact with all the students like you that you will be studying at Antwerp Management School, to give you a lot of career opportunities. This is probably the most exciting question. We have a lot in offer. Basically, Career Services is a completely optional service that when you join Antwerp Management School, you have access to during the entire year. And it's a really big track that it's covered for all students that are doing a master at Antwerp Management School, and you will be able to access various different tracks. And when I say it's optional, it's because we work a lot as a community, and it's always what's tailored to you. Now, having that said, that entails over 40 events all over the year on different career events, which can be events with specific companies that are recruiting, and they are doing a 3-hour event with networking drinks, and you get to experience what would be to work with them and meet their team in person, but also bigger events where you're able to meet, for example, over 35 companies in a career fair in-house in one day, where usually we have around more than 600 one-on-one conversations in the morning, and then in the afternoon you can go and speak with any company. Now, with all that said, there is the most special one, which is what we call the Career Skills Labs. Those are a session of 8 master classes that are specifically designed to help you take giant steps into your self-career management. What that means is that we bring the most influencing voices in the space of careers and experts globally inside AMS, and basically in 1 hour and a half you get the most impactful secrets to advance your career. We're speaking about, for example, former HR directors turned into international career coaches that have communities over 50,000 or 200,000 professionals in social media, and then they decide to come and be part of the Skills Labs. And in 1 hour and a half, they give you everything you need to know about a specific topic to your self-career management. That can be from topics from how to land a job without applying online, but also, for example, salary negotiation or interview training. There is also one factor that's very, very important that I have not shared yet, but basically you have unlimited one-on-one coaching during the entire year, as well as access to the most innovative HR tech tools, especially now with everything that's happening with AI. And basically how it differs from the global skills course, it's just both of them are working towards your career development cycle, which means that in the GL course, the Global Leadership Skills course, you will dive deep a lot into the self-awareness part and career exploration, but it's a lot about introspection, about your career values, about how you can make an impact in the world, which talents do you have, what skills do you have, and what interests do you have. And with career services, that is way more the strategical, practical, actionable side of things, where we dive deep into the most unconventional strategies to succeed in the job market. And that can be, for example, a session, for example, that would be about how to surprise employers, and we go through 10 strategies, and then how you can, for example, structure everything in a job search strategy, which many people do not have. Because I'm also Gen Z, we have a really first community-driven approach. Basically, you can expect to be in every session doing career energy waves, high five in between every coaching session. We really focus a lot the energies on what we call career energy, and so you can go and take giant steps to your self-career management. And honestly, you don't have to do that alone. When you're part of a school, it's not that you come to a training. The idea is that we do different initiatives that you can support each other with your peers, but also have fun, because honestly, you're looking, it's so exciting to look what you will do next in your career. It has a huge impact on your life, and we want you to feel not only comfortable, not only that all the insecurities are covered with the most amazing resources and support, but also that you can actually find ways that and discover different ways that give you joy, confidence, but that also bring you success for now and later in your career. Because most of the things, for example, how to actually connect with people to land a job without applying online, or how to get referrals, or how to actually search for a job when you think I cannot find what I want, or I'm overwhelmed with everything that's going on, and how much there is. There is many different ways that you can do that in a really joyful and more productive way. So basically, we focus a lot on where you focus your energies and efforts in your job search and career development, but also in a really fun way. All the career services is branded as a career services airline, which means that at the beginning of the year we have our career services song. You're onboarded in an airline that where you are in the pilot seat of your career. You can check the video in the website as well of Antwerp Management School, and everything. It's all about, you want to join this event, last call, join in this event, and then you are just in 1 year in an airport, basically hanging out with your students, which through career services you become friends, because not always you're able to see all the other students, and then you're able to embark many different possibilities and many different careers, but with a lot of confidence and success. There is plenty of success stories, basically because we have over 90% of placement after AMS in terms of where they go to work after 1 year of studies at AMS. And the idea here is that even though we have more than 60 clients that come and hire specifically AMS talent, the idea is that you can choose which path you can take. And you can use those companies to practice everything and then go into the job market with all the strategies that we teach you, and we give on all the resources that we give you access to. Or you can also choose to have a career with them, because they have a lot of career opportunities. So there's two types of success stories. For example, I'll share one of each type. The first one is one of our students from a couple of years ago that came from Lebanon and did a master in finance. He came to me at the very beginning, and he was like on one of these personalized coaching sessions and said, Albert, will I find a job being from Lebanon, having already a few years of finance experience, and I really want to work here in Europe? What can I do? We had a whole personalized sessions with him, a program, and also he was coming in the career fairs and all the career events. He was one of the persons that came most, and basically he got a job with one of the clients in a really managerial position, in a client that's one of the leading finance companies in the world, and got the visa sponsorship, for example, 30 months before graduating. We have over 60 global recruiting teams that are partnering with the career services at AMS, and honestly, to me, to the day, that is mind-blowing. And the reason why is because if you put the numbers together, we have 200 students, and there is over 60 companies that are actually on a paid partnership to come to campus and recruit and interact with the students for all their vacancies, which most of them have over 5 to 10 vacancies at least to fill in for when the students graduate. So if we make the numbers, if we have 60 companies with 5 to 10 vacancies, sometimes some have 1 or 2 very specific ones, but that means that almost every student, 200 students, they have a job guaranteed. Now, again, they are coming in a partnership where it's not compulsory to hire anyone. That means that they know that they are there also to support the development of the students and to enhance their employer brand. And that means that you as a student, you can use those companies, and they know that, to practice, to get feedback, to try all the studies that we see in the career development track, And so then you can go confidently with more joy and success to what matters to you, because every student, we have over 48 different nationalities every year, coming from many different backgrounds, educational and cultural, and that means that each of you have many different dreams, which means that it's practically impossible to bring every dream company that every student has at the same, like on campus in AMS. But that means that through those companies, you can actually make a bridge, either to that might be one of your dream companies or to the other ones. We have many different partners, and that means that we partner with companies that are smaller and startups and high pace growing, but also big companies. And we have again, over these 60 clients usually are the top most desired employers, which can go from Nike to Lego to EY to PwC to smaller niche companies that are really fast growing in the world. And another component is in all the skills labs, for example, there is sometimes HR directors that come into the scene at the end of the session to have a live podcast interview to verify everything that we've done in the session. For example, in the first one, one of the key skills lab is about how to stand out early in the applications, and we look at different strategies that you can do to stand out with your CV, for example, and how that happens, what happens behind the scenes on a company when you click the apply button. First of all, we look at every year we look at the different students that come, the different backgrounds where they come from, but also based on the number of students for each master, we have different partners in different sectors. That means that, for example, supply chain is one of our biggest masters. So there's a lot of companies that come to hire directly supply chain students. And that might be very big companies, for example, like DHL supply chain, Katun Nasi, and other like Manuchar and Atlas Copco, for example, or Barry Callebaut, the chocolate manufacturer, that they are specifically looking for supply chain profiles. And then, for example, if we have 20 fashion students, we also do a specific event, for example, for the fashion students with 20 fashion companies, for example. But it really depends on the numbers of the students, but usually we try to divide the different talent partners that we have. We are quite selective, so we only select 60, and there's a high volume of increase as the Belgian labor market is very strong. So we always try to select companies that are open to international talent. That is very important because we have over 65% of international talent, and they need to sponsor the visa so they can stay. But also, for example, that it's in line with the different masters that we have. So that they have positions, for example, in finance, in HR, in business strategy. And also another big sector that we have, because we have a big masters in master in management, global management, and across the different programs, we have a big interest in consulting and management consulting. We do have a very large number of companies in this space that goes from Boston Consulting Group to EY Parthenon, for example, the strategy and management consulting department, to all the different top consulting firms. There's three main areas where we're really focusing on, and we have been finding a lot of success. And those are, first of all, HR tech and technologies, including AI for careers. That is an area that we have a lot of different partnerships, and we have a lot of access to who are the best providers, and then we go and invest in the best tools that you don't have to pay as a student, but are really expensive if you are an individual, and maybe not even able to access them. And that is where we focus a lot always, that make sure that you have the most impactful HR tech behind your job search, so things are way easier and your efforts are way more impactful. That might be, for example, this year we partner with the best provider on AI for CPs. And next year we're looking into a really exciting partnership with a provider that provides networking with AI based on messages that actually work, and basically it helps you connect with the right insiders and also track which jobs and which people and which actions you need to do with the help of AI, also including the AI, for example, resume review, for example. Another area that we're really focusing on our efforts all of these years, we've tried everything because our tagline is opening minds to impact the world, and we basically want to support you, and that especially from the global leadership skills course, we touch a lot on the different sustainable development goals. What things do you care most about? Which causes do you want to contribute? Basically, meaningful careers. We know that for the next generations, purpose is the new career ladder, and we want to be there to support your growth into a meaningful career. And we are partnering with one of the largest social impact communities and careers education tech platform that we already give access to the students, and we will give also in the future in different ways, which only a very few handfuls of universities are currently accessing it. And we're talking about universities like Yale, Oxford, Said Business School, and basically you have access to one of the most impactful networks of social impact leaders and direct referrals to jobs with impact all over the world, which roles that you have never even thought they would exist, but they exist. Because we really find very important that you can feel that you can have an impact with your career and that you can actually go and do that after AMS, whilst also getting well paid. And then the third route, it's the third innovation route that we are most excited about is supporting international job seekers. We have, as I said before, over 48 nationalities almost every year in this group of 200 students that come from all over the world, and majority of them want to find a job in Belgium or in Europe, and which is one of the main reasons that I celebrate and I cheer most, because I find that it's so courageous that you decide to leave everything you have back home and come to study in Europe to grow your career, and there's a lot of barriers. So we have been collaborating for the last 3 years with the city of Antwerp on a really big collaboration, and we are running, for example, in a couple of weeks, we're running the biggest job search bootcamp only for international talent